Well, I'm gonna start presenting my project. I'm gonna present myself. My name is Bruno. I'm from Brazil, and I'm doing the course from MITx, which is called Building Mobile Experiences. Um, and now I'm gonna present my application, which is a travel application called TripstuffReminder. This is an application to remind everything about the trip, and it will give useful information about the trip and in order to help people to before traveling to somewhere. The concept of this application, it seeks to organize people's travel by providing some notification to remind people about important things about the trip. And one of the main functionalities of this application is to give useful information according to the weather of the place when this person is going to travel. So if this person is going to travel on April 1st, the weather will give useful information uh, about the weather and what things you can bring on this day and what things you can do before traveling. So that's the main functionality. And the inspiration for this project was made by generative research in which it was applied with many places and with many people. And most people had difficulties reminding what they wanted to get to the trip, organizing before the trip. So that was the main reason to choose this subject, to give useful information for these people and to remind them what they need to get and what they need to bring to the trip and what they need to do in order to do everything okay before the trip. One of the use cases is, for example, a person is using it before traveling to Miami, and the system reminds this person that she needs to bring a suitcase and other things she had added previously, and the system will remind this person about these things. And another example is before travel, a person wants to travel to Morocco. So before traveling to this place, the system will remind about things he needs to do, like getting a passport for because he's going by airplane. So he needs to get the passport and to do the visa. The visa needs to be done much earlier because it gets time to do. So the system will warn this person about that too. So I'll show you guys the system. Let me find the shared screen right here, and I'm gonna share to you. Yeah, there you go. Sorry. Okay, there you go. So I'm gonna show you the basic functionalities of the system. So that's the main screen of the system. I'm going to show you first the splash screen of the system, which is right here, the logo, TripstuffReminder. I'm going to click here. Then it opens up the splash screen, TripstuffReminder. And it can be shown the list of trips right here on the first screen. Oh yeah, I'm running it in a real device. I can show you here. It's running on a real device. Okay, I'm running it on an ADB just to show clearly what is going on in a better view. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen again. There you go. So I'm on the first screen, which is the list of trips. For example, here we have Cleveland. This person is going to Cleveland on 5th of April 2015 at 10 p.m. So the departure time to leave to get the airplane is 10 p.m. So the system, according to this added trip, it will give useful information about it, and it will remind about this trip. It will remind one day earlier and so on. It will keep reminding this person about this trip so he doesn't forget anything, like things to bring 1 week earlier, things like that. So the trip won't let the person forget about something. One thing that it can be noticed is the difference of colors here. We have the green color in one item and the red color in another item. So the green color is to list the trips that will happen in the future. Okay? The green color trips that will happen in the future. The red color is to remind about to give information that this trip has already passed. So this trip, if the person didn't go to this trip, it will keep this color right here, the red color. Okay. Um, so here's the menu of the system. It's really basic, has only the home screen, the configuration, and the help. So the configuration contains the things like to configure the color of the system. The person can configure the alarm, if the notification, if he wants to give an alarm or a notification when the system reminds about something. Because some people might think it's annoying to get notified all the time, or to sorry, or to receive an alarm all the time. You know, if it's person is on a meeting and he receives an alarm with a sound, it will be annoying. So the person has these options. Now I'm gonna show you how to add a trip. So you're going to click on this button right here, the plus button. So I'm gonna click here. Okay. So it shows. Sorry, it's in this month is in Portuguese, and I'm gonna figure out how to translate it to English. Soon I'm going to create a custom adapter to this month, so it will be translated. Um, so I'm gonna add a trip that is going to happen on May. Okay, it's going to happen on May 28th of May. Okay, and the time I'm going to travel at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. and the arrival date I'm going to put May 29th of May. Okay, and the time I'm going to arrive at 4 a.m. There you go. The country I'm going to select, where is it? United States. Do you know the state or province? This is for people who doesn't know the province or the state of the place. Most people don't know this information, so I've put this question in order to really solve this problem. So I'm going to select no because I really don't know the state, and I'm going to select the city now. It doesn't contain all the cities from the US, sure, of course, but because it's not loading from a web service, it is in development and will be soon ready. So I'm going to select Miami, and the transportation now. Of course, I'm going to select airplane. and I'm going to add things to bring. I'm just going to add one thing to bring. So I'm going to add t-shirt and things to do. I'm going to add get visa to remind me to get the visa. Okay, and now I'm going to save this trip. So it appears trip saved successfully, and the trip is right here. So the list of trips is ordered by the date. So there's the date, it will be shown right here. So Miami can be seen here, and I'm going to delete this this trip up to Alpine because I didn't make it. So I'm going to delete this trip. I'm going to click this trip and click and delete. The system will give an pop-up. The trip will be deleted. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. And the trip deleted successfully. So the trip was deleted and only the trips I'm going to do are listed right here in the future. So that's basically the, the functionalities I've done so far. I know it's not much, but it's the main start because I have all the data and the things to work on. So now, from now on, I need to start um, doing the weather API to get the recommended items and the recommended things to do. As I said at the start of this presentation, and I need to obtain this weather information. For example, if I'm going somewhere like the North Pole or Alaska, I need to get really specific things to this trip. So the weather will give the information about the weather API, the temperature, for example. So the temperature, like the maximum and the minimum temperature. According to this specific information, I'm going to check which things can be brought in this trip according to this temperature, and which things can be done there before the trip. I'm talking about before the trip and not after the trip. Okay, this system is focused on before the trip. Um, and I'm going to have, of course, the on the on adding when adding the place, this list right here of cities will be dynamically will be filled dynamically by a web service. That's one thing I'm going to do here. As listed here, and yeah, I think that's it. Let me see if I'm not missing something. Hmm, And of course, and one of the main things of the system is reminding about things to bring and things to do, according to the place as well. So not only according to the weather API, but also according to the place where the person is going. And when showing the place, the system will show, of course, all the data that was added, that was registered on the system, and it will show the address. It will contain another field on adding the trip that is called address, and the person will add this address, and then after adding it, it will show the map of the place. So you can see the map of the place you're going, and before adding a trip, you can add your place. Like if I want to go from my place to the destination place, that's the time that is going to take to get there. So that's the reason why I'm going to implement this. And of course, I will implement the reminders of the system, like notifications and the alarm of, for example, things people added to this trip. I need to bring a t-shirt, suitcase, etc. So it was added to that trip, and when it's like on 1 week before the trip, the system will remind this person, oh, you have added this things. Now you need to start checking if, like a checklist, if you have added all these things to your suitcase, or start planning this. So the system will keep reminding about it, so the person won't forget anything. And the system will also give useful information about the things to bring. It will remind things to bring and give useful information. Oh, you didn't put this thing, you can add this later if you want. So giving useful information about things to bring and things to do before the trip. And the search functionality, I'm going to do it right after this video. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to do it before the video, but I'll do it as soon as possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to close it here, okay? I hope you guys have enjoyed the application, the idea, the little functionality. I didn't have time to really do the core functionalities of the system, but I hope it's enough to show you the basic idea and the basic functionality of the system as it grow, will be developed over time. So any suggestions, any questions, you can post right here. I'm gonna answer. And I hope you guys enjoyed. That's it. Thank you.